All right, I got Sam and Brady paired up here. I have Brady flipped so that he's gonna look like he's hitting right-handed, but really he's hitting left-handed. I just have it mirrored. And Sam, on this swing, I've got you on one of not. This isn't your best hit. The one after this, you really smacked hard. But I'm just gonna show you one thing that's really interesting on what's going on with your front. Okay, so I've drawn a circle on where we're gonna focus, and we'll see as your foot comes down, your back heel plants, and your foot is closed. And what I mean by that is if you look at how your side of your foot is pointing towards the pitcher, whereas look at Brady's here on the right, and his foot is a lot more open facing the pitcher. So when Brady's his foot lands and his heel touches, his foot's open. So now his hips, because his hands are back, are going to be able to go forward first and separate from his shoulders and get a lot more power into the ball. Whereas on your side, because that foot's closed, and it looks like you're kind of spinning on the side of it on a slippery floor, then it does eventually come open, but you're squishing the bug, so the friction on the ground is really making that foot stay closed longer, which is going to make your hips stay closed longer. So we'll watch with Brady is he's attempting when he's putting his foot forward to still pinch his back shoulder blade, right? Trying to hold those hands back. And then he really crushes this ball. So here's your next pitch, and this one you hit really good. Even though your foot does land closed, it's not as closed as before, right? It's a little bit more open than before. And when you come to contact, now your foot's a lot more open than before, and it pays off in a nice hit where you're able to get your hips around. So main thing I want to talk to you about, and I'm going to attach a video to this video of Josh Donaldson talking about just what you're doing awesome right here, keeping your hands back. If you could pinch your right shoulder blade more and keep them back, and then open up this front foot, that's going to keep your shoulders closed, but your hip getting turned around fast. And then that's going to create some good hip and shoulder separation so you can get a ton of power through the ball. One last thing I will talk about, you getting a little bit of bat drag where your rear elbow is kind of leaking in front of your hands a little bit. If we rewind on Brady, his elbow is always going to be staying behind his hands, and that's the same with every pro player. Some players, we're going to ask each boy, and it'd be great if the parents could watch this Josh Donaldson video explaining his swing in Studio 42 at the MLB Network. You can find it on YouTube by searching this this wording. And it's 8 minutes, and it's just chock full of some of the best, instruction on hitting. Look at his front foot. It's all the way open, but his hands are still back. And I'm going to press play here in just a second and then just let it go. But this is some of the stuff we're going to start working on in practice. At the end of our load, when the front foot touches down, that front knee's pointing at the pitcher, but our hands are still back, so we stretched the rubber band. And I'm going to hit play here, and then you can watch.
So if this is the top part of my load right here, once I get to there, now my rubber band is finished. And what's important too, what a lot of hidden coaches out there say, this, that, and another, Jose Bautista hit over 50 homers.
Yeah.
Ebony and Carstein, a lot of homers. Their front foot is open.
Yeah, I agree with that. Clear to
Your
hit.
front foot's got to be open. If my front foot never opens, my hips can't ever separate from my upper half. So once the foot opens here and my hands get back this way, now in order to hit pitch heights, now it's all about shoulder plane.
Here we go, fellas. All right, we're
getting
going
deep.
on a whole new level.
We're
here.
getting deep.
Here's another real quick view of Josh Donaldson. Here on the left, I've drawn a circle around his foot. Then as we back him up and kind of see he's talking about front side mechanics here. You'll see that in the video. But you'll see his hands back, and that front foot is just still wide open. That's stretching the band. And also, look how open his front knee is, right? So his knee is open, but his shoulders are still closed. So he's going to get hip and shoulder separation. This is one of the things we want to start working with each of the boys, unless you specifically object if it's messing up what other things that they're working on at this moment with their swing mechanics or with their swing coach.
A 10-year-old kid at home. Give me something to go out and...
Okay, I'll tell you, if you're 10 years old and your coach says get on top of the ball, tell him no. Because in the big leagues, these things that they call ground balls are outs.
Yeah, they don't pay.
They don't pay you for ground balls. They pay you for doubles. They pay you for homers. Okay? Unless you're going to go out there and steal 80 bags a year like Billy Hamilton.
But when you're getting back...